Shawn Marion, the secret weapon who's still a secret. How does a guy do everything and still get remembered for nothing?
Up because the Hansel rejected. What a defensive effort that time. Unbelievable. And Marion finishes the
20 and 10, locked up every position, led his team in points, boards, steals, and still, he's not on your top 10 anything list? Either the league forgot or it never wanted you to notice. Let's be real, Shawn Marion's game was glitchy in the best way. His jumper was ugly, his footwork was weird, his swag was missing. And still, every night he showed up and did everything. Locked down your favorite player, cleaned the glass, got buckets without a single play drawn for him. The Matrix was a cheat code that nobody talks about. So here's the real question. If you drop Shawn Marion into today's NBA, would he finally get his flowers? Or would we still sleep on the league's most underrated weapon? Let's find out. Before Shawn Marion was the Matrix, he was just another hungry kid with a dream and absolutely zero guarantees. Coming out of high school in Illinois, there was no five-star label, no McDonald's All-American invites, just raw athleticism, freaky instincts, and a motor that wouldn't shut off. At Vincennes University, a junior college powerhouse, Marion went nuclear, nearly 23 points, 13 boards a game. He didn't have polish, but he had purpose. That effort, unteachable, and NBA scouts started circling. From there, he transferred to UNLV for his junior season, where he filled up the stat sheet like a seasoned vet, 18.7 points, 9.3 rebounds, 2.5 steals, and 1.9 blocks per game. 1 year was all the NBA needed to see. The league saw a 6'7" forward with freakish timing, elite versatility, and a nose for the ball. The 1999 NBA draft rolls around, and Phoenix grabs him 9th overall, ahead of future All-Stars like Ron Artest and Andrei Kirilenko. But the moment that would define his entire career, it came from the TNT booth during a random Summer League game. During a Summer League game, Kenny Smith saw Marion glide through the air and blurted out, "That kid moves like he's in the Matrix." Just like Keanu Reeves' character, who could bend reality, this young Phoenix son seemed to operate outside the normal rules of basketball. And just like that, the nickname was born because, like Neo, Marion didn't obey the rules of physics or basketball. He hit the NBA floor running, actually flying. His shot ugly, let's not lie. That side-spinning chest pass-looking jumper should have been illegal. But somehow it worked, and even when it didn't matter. Because Marion was everywhere. He'd block a shot, land, then block it again before most dudes even jumped once. His second jump ability was like a cheat code. But this wasn't just about hops. He read the game like a vet, anticipating plays, slipping through passing lanes, and turning defense into instant offense. By mid-rookie season, coaches weren't just impressed. They were adjusting game plans around him. And here's the crazy part. He was built from Mike D'Antoni's 7 seconds or less Suns before D'Antoni ever showed up. When the system finally came together, Marion wasn't just a fit. He was the glue. Steve Nash got the love, Mari got the posters, but Marion, he did everything in between. Guard your point guard? Sure. Switch to a big? No problem. Grab a board? Beat everyone down the floor and finish the break? Absolutely. In an era where position still means something, Marion blurred them all, quietly, efficiently, no spotlight needed. In those mid-2000s, Suns teams that led the league in pace, scoring, and innovation, Marion was the defensive core, the rebounding anchor, and the safety valve on offense, all at once. And the stats backed it up. In the 2005-06 season, Marion averaged 21.8 points, 11.8 rebounds, 2 steals, and 1.7 blocks on over 52% shooting from the field. He was top 10 in the league in both steals and blocks, a ridiculous feat for a small forward, and something that almost no one in NBA history has replicated. But even more impressive, he did it without the ball in his hands. He wasn't calling for ISOs or demanding touches. He got his points from pure effort, cutting, crashing, leaking out, rotating, putting pressure on every crack in the defense. His jumper was still weird, still hard to watch, but it hit just enough to keep defenders honest, and by then, the awkwardness, that was part of the legend. After years of being the unsung hero in Phoenix's offensive fireworks show, Marion decided it was time for a change. Miami called, Toronto tried their luck, but it wasn't until 2008 when he landed in Dallas that the stars finally aligned. Not to be the guy, that was Dirk's role, but to be the missing piece. And in the 2011 playoffs with the lights brightest, the Matrix reactivated. Everyone expected LeBron and Wade to run the table. The Heat were the favorites, the headlines, the Hollywood script, but behind the scenes it was Shawn Marion doing the dirty work that flipped the finals. He guarded LeBron, he took on Wade, he cleaned the glass, hit timely buckets, and when Dallas needed someone, anyone, to step up behind Dirk, Marion was there, always there. He averaged 13.7 points and 6.3 boards in the finals. Nothing flashy on paper, but when you watch the film, it's Marion making momentum-killing plays, boxing out, switching, contesting, leaking out for transition dunks at just the right second, making all the little moves that shift the biggest games. He helped slay basketball's first modern super team, got his ring, finally got his moment. And the basketball world's reaction? Crickets. No redemption narrative, no Marion finally get his due. Storylines, just silence, like he'd been photoshopped out of his own championship story. Most players get their flowers after they win the big one. Marion got a shrug. Maybe it's because he never played the media game. No theatrics, no viral quotes, just production. But if you were really watching, you saw it. A guy who aged gracefully, who sacrificed shine for wins, who, in his 30s, could still clamp elite wings like it was 2005. Shawn Marion got the chip, but the spotlight, that never showed up. After the confetti in Dallas settled, he stayed the same, showing up, making an impact, and doing it without credit. He gave the Mavericks a few more rock-solid seasons, still defending, still scoring, still bringing that Matrix-level utility. But as Dallas retooled, Marion took one last shot at a title. In 2014, he signed with the Cleveland Cavaliers. LeBron was back, Kyrie was rising, Kevin Love had just arrived. It was a stacked roster. Expectations were sky high. Marion wasn't brought in to dominate. He was there to fill gaps, bring leadership, and steady a young locker room. And early on, he did. He started 24 games. He contributed grit, hustle, and playoff toughness. But time was catching up. At 36, the bounce wasn't what it used to be. His minutes dropped, his role shrank, and by the time Cleveland made their finals run, without Love and Irving fully healthy, Marion was mostly watching from the bench, his era quietly ticking to a close. That summer, he walked away. No farewell tour, no countdown, no jersey swaps, no tears. Just a quiet exit. Classic Marion. And yet, what he left behind was a career almost no one else can claim. Over 17,000 points, 10,000 plus rebounds, 1,700 steals, 1,200 plus blocks. One of only a handful of players in NBA history to hit all those marks. Hall of Fame numbers? Hidden in plain sight. It was the perfect ending for someone whose greatness was never about noise, but about presence, not flashy, but crucial. A player you don't appreciate until he's gone, and then wonder how you ever played without him. For years, the league looked right past him, until they couldn't anymore, until the numbers matched up with legends, until young players tried to copy what he made look effortless. And finally, his name went where it always belonged. On December 15th, 2023, the Phoenix Suns raised Shawn Marion's number 31 into the rafters. It wasn't just a jersey retirement. It was a correction. A long overdue, we see you, a moment to say, you mattered. We remember. The Matrix is officially retired, but what he gave the game, that's just now being understood. And here's the truth, especially if you're watching this while grinding in a gym no one's paying attention to. You don't need to go viral. You need to go valuable. Scouts aren't just looking for stars. They're looking for solutions, roles they can count on, players who fix problems without making noise. You want to get noticed? Become undeniable at one thing. Not kind of good, not sometimes solid, but elite, consistent, locked in. Because at the end of the day, role players don't just get paid, they get remembered. And sometimes if you're good enough at being indispensable, you get your jersey in the rafters too. If you vibed with this breakdown, smash that like button, subscribe for more NBA stories that go behind the highlights, and drop a comment telling us who deserves their flowers next. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.